Good evening. My name is Nancy Katambala. I'm a solicitor in England and Wales. The purpose of this page is to make the law simple, to simplify the law so that you can understand it with ease. Initially, this page was created for the French speaking only. However, due to high demands, I've decided to also do this page in English so that you can also make use of this service. The first video, we discussed how can one obtain leave to enter the United Kingdom as a student, the requirement of the laws when it comes to student visa. However, I'll propose that we talk about this in our next video. Today, I will propose that we discuss who is a refugee. Is really everybody that flees the country of origin for reasons of war, or just to have a better life, can be said to be a refugee. Unfortunately, that is not the case. In order to be recognized as a refugee in the United Kingdom, you must be able to demonstrate that you satisfy the requirement of the Geneva Convention. The Geneva Convention states that a refugee is a person who flees their country of origin because they have a well-founded fear of persecution for the reason of their religion, their political opinion, because they're a member of a particular social group, or because of their nationality, ethnicity, or race. So if one can demonstrate that they are being persecuted in the country of origin for one of these conventional reasons, then they might be granted refugee status. But that is not all. One must also demonstrate that they had gone to their own country authorities and sought to have their protection, but that protection was not given to them. Hence, the reason for them to come and seek international protection. So if the government is the one persecuting you, then that point will easily be proven because you cannot run to your persecutors. Furthermore, you must show that you are a credible witness. You cannot be telling lies or just being inconsistent and be granted refugee status. Your account must be consistent and credible. Material evidence is also important for somebody who is claiming to be a refugee. Hence, you cannot be a refugee simply because you're fleeing your country because there's a civil war. There are other leaves that can be granted if that is the case. Humanitarian protection can be granted if you cannot demonstrate that you come within the convention. There is also discretionary leave that can be granted for other reasons. Usually, refugee law is attached to human rights. So usually refugees are also making an application under the Human Rights Convention, mainly the Article 3, which prohibits torture, Article 2, which provides you the right to life, and Article 14, that prohibits discrimination. There are several articles that can be cited, and if you don't come within the Convention of Geneva to demonstrate that you are a refugee, you might still satisfy the requirement of the human rights and be granted other type of leave. So therefore, if you believe that you have a well-founded fear in your country of origin, you can approach a solicitor, you can telephone me, and I will be able to advise you accordingly. Or you can just contact any other solicitor and they will be able to advise you accordingly. I truly hope that this refugee law was simplified for you, and I shall see you again next week where we'll be discussing as to how one can obtain a student visa in order to enter the United Kingdom. Thank you very much and have a good evening.